Here's my thoughts on all of the Jordans releasing in spring of 2024. Starting with the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Metallic Burgundy, this is a top priority for me next year. I don't currently have a pair of metallic reds in the collection, so these have to come home. Now the Air Jordan 1 High Ivory, I can pass on. This isn't a bad Jordan 1, it's just not something I'm really looking forward to. The colorway is calm, you have like ivory hits, and then the shoe is mostly like a gray suede. It's nothing to write home about. The Air Jordan 1 High black and white, I mean, how can you really go wrong with a black and white Air Jordan 1, especially with the craze right now around panda dunks? I feel like these are going to be very popular, but again, for me, this is an easy pass. I have plenty of Air Jordan 1s in the collection, and I just don't see myself reaching for these. The Air Jordan 1 High Yellow Ochre, on the other hand, these might have to come home. I do already have taxis, and I have pollens, but something about a yellow, black, and white Air Jordan 1 just hits different when they get that color blocking right. And these are suede, so it's the same but different, right? The Air Jordan 1 High Women's Metallic Gold. These are nice, but they're something I would cop for under retail. I don't really see myself going for them at full retail when there's so many other sneakers that I want in 2024. The Air Jordan 1 Low Metallic Navy is definitely coming home. That's a top priority, just like the burgundy pair. I will admit both of these are kind of nostalgic pickups for me that I know I can make some good outfits with. If these don't really hold that nostalgia for you, I can see them both being an easy pass for a lot of people. The Air Jordan 2 Women's Black and White. Ew. As a woman collector that's been collecting for as long as I have at this point, I've seen Nike do the bare minimum with women's sneakers, and I've seen them try really hard to get the women's sneakers right, and these just feel like the bare minimum to me. The Air Jordan 2 Python. I like these a little bit more than the women's pair, but they still fall flat, which is interesting to me because I do like mixed materials and I love seeing things like snake skin and stuff like that on sneakers. But yeah, these just don't hit the mark. But y'all let me know in the comment section. What do y'all think about these Air Jordan 2s dropping in the spring? Because there are 4 of them and I find that really interesting. Is the Air Jordan 2 on that much of a wave right now? The Air Jordan 2 Women's Black and Red. This again just feels a little bit lazy to me. It does have some mixed materials going on. I'm just not a fan. The Air Jordan 2 Low Python is probably the best out of the 4 Air Jordan 2s we just talked about, but it still doesn't make it a good sneaker to me. I would much rather go cop a pair of the Flight 89 lows that just dropped between Nike and Stussy. The Air Jordan 3 Ivory. Some sneaker reviewers actually have this shoe in hand already, so I was able to see like a TikTok of this shoe, and it actually looks really good in person. I like the mixed materials. I like the extra details that they added. I like the double branding on the back. You have the Nike Air, but you also have the Jumpman. Then you have a double Jumpman on the tongue. One is embroidered and one is printed. It's just actually a really nice detailed shoe that I wasn't really paying attention to before seeing those details, but I'm definitely paying attention now. The Air Jordan 4 Reimagined, probably the most anticipated sneaker on this list. I am absolutely gonna grab me a pair of these. I feel like somehow that the leather Air Jordan 4 bread is just the way that things were meant to be for some reason. I think that these, controversial opinion, might be even better than the OGs. The Air Jordan 4 Women's Metallic Gold. This is a no for me. I don't like what they did with the like embossed or debossed Jumpman on the tongue, and I really don't like those plasticky, fake looking gold accents on the shoe. The Air Jordan 5 Olive is another nostalgic pickup for me if it does come in my size. Just like the Air Jordan 5 Burgundy, these are sneakers that I would never be able to cop if Nike didn't retro them in my size. So it's kind of a no-brainer for me because they're sneakers I've wanted for a long time and just didn't think that I would ever have. The Air Jordan 5 Women's Lucky Green. Now this isn't a bad shoe. I actually like this shoe, but I just don't feel like it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? As an under retail cop, definitely. But paying full price for this one, I just don't see it happening. Unless you're a big green fan, just like I'm a big yellow fan. The Air Jordan 6 Yellow Ochre. I know I was just talking about how much I like yellow, but you know what? In this case, I can do without. These aren't bad, but I just really don't see myself wearing these. I would never reach for these, and I want to have sneakers in my collection that I'm excited to wear, that I'm excited to pull out. I don't want to just buy sneakers to buy sneakers. Save your money for what you're actually gonna wear. The Air Jordan 9 Powder Blue, while this might not be a top priority like some of the Jordan 1s on the list, This is definitely coming home. This will be another nostalgic pickup for me. I've been waiting for powder blues for a long time, as I'm sure a lot of you have, and I'm equally sure that there's a lot of you out there who have never even thought about this shoe, because Air Jordan 9s just don't get a lot of love. The Air Jordan 13 blue and gray is another easy pass for me because I feel like I already have the 13s that I want in my collection, and none of them are new colorways. The Air Jordan 14 flint gray, I kind of like the mixed materials on this when you have both the leather and the suede on a 14. The Air Jordan 14 for me is one of those silhouettes where the colorway really matters. I'm not huge on the silhouette itself, but I think I can be swayed by a good colorway. The Air Jordan 14 women's love letter, and this is what I mean by Nike executing women's sneakers well. I don't have that pair of like chameleon Jordan 1 highs that they released a couple of years back, so I will be trying to get a pair of these women's 14 lows. And just like I was saying a moment ago about colorways really making or breaking the 14 for me, this is one that makes the 14 actually look like a sneaker that I want to wear and style. If you enjoyed today's video, like, comment, and subscribe. Show a small YouTuber some love, and you can check out these videos right here if you want to see me talk more about sneakers.